Oraim Tovim to everyone. My name is Nathaniel Helfgot, Rabbi Nathaniel Helfgot from Teaneck, New Jersey. I'm zooming in from Teaneck from my dining room. This is a real background. So for those sometimes who look for fake backgrounds, it's a real background. We are in the midst, of course, of the Shloshim for Rabbi Jonathan Sachs Zatzal, who had such a tremendous impact, both on the local level in his communities, as well as on the national level in the UK for the entire Jewish community, and as well as for the world of faith and religion in general, and really was made a tremendous impact and was a walking Kiddush Hashem, a walking sanctification of God's name in all his activities. This morning, we're about 1 week away from the Shloshim, and the office of the UK had asked us if we would not hold a program on the Shloshim, because there is going to be a special program, I believe, from the office of the Chief Rabbi and the office of Rabbi Sachs next Sunday. And we therefore are having our program today in commemoration of the tremendous impact that Rabbi Sachs, Zichrono Livracha, had on the world as well as on many individuals. As I said, my name is Rabbi Nati Helfgot. I was the past president of the IRF, the International Rabbinic Fellowship, which is sponsoring this program. I want to thank my co-conspirator, Dr. Ilana Stein-Hain, who planned this together with me. And I want to thank our speakers today, Dr. Tamara Wright, Rabbi Shaul Robinson, Rabbanit Leah Sarna, and Mr. Gabe Slamovitz, who are going to be speaking and being introduced directly. I just want to say one thing before we start. In addition to reading many of Rabbi Sachs's works and hearing him many times over the years, I had the great pleasure of visiting England in 2003. There used to be a program that was run by the London School of Jewish Studies called Elul, which I don't think runs anymore, which in Elul, they would invite people from the locals as well as some people from Chutz la UK to come and speak during the month of Elul on themes of tshuva, etc. So I was invited in September 2003, and I got off the plane. I went to the London School of Jewish Studies, and after my first lecture, I got a little note saying that the chief rabbi would like to meet with you, and there will be a car waiting for you tomorrow to meet with the chief rabbi. And in Achanami, that's what happened. Next day, I put on a tie and a suit. I hadn't really planned on doing that, but I bought one just in case, and I went to. And I was taken to the neighborhood of St. John's Wood, and there were these two beefy Israeli security guards outside of his home, and he ushered me in. We had tea, and for an hour, he asked me about what I was doing. He was asking me about all kinds of things, and it was a very wonderful conversation. And especially, we had a very intimate conversation about mental health issues, because I had written 2 years before about mental health, and Rabbi Sachs also had his own personal issues after the death of his father, and he wrote a little book which is not so famous called Celebrating Life. It's not so famous here in America, but it is a collection of many of his essays, and I have a beautiful inscription from Rabbi Sachs, and it was very, very moving to me, and we shared that bond, and and I continued. When I saw him on a couple of occasions in the next, 17 years, we occasionally would meet. It's really a tremendous loss for Am Yisrael, for the Jewish people, and for the entire world of faith and beyond.